Good morning, everyone. What's happening? What's going on? Welcome to another Audi Volkswagen B7 Avant video. Today I'm going to be working on my Audi wagon. This is a 2008 2.0 turbo, and I'm having an issue with the fuel reading. And on the gauge cluster here, as you can see with the ignition on, basically this is as good as it gets with that fuel gauge. If it's all the way full, this is as high as the needle will go. So I believe the fuel level sender on the driver's side of the car is bad, and while I'm driving around, even if the car is full or even if it has this much fuel, the low fuel warning and the chime, which you will hear in a second here, is constantly going off every 30 seconds or so. Yes, there it is. The wonderful, annoying low fuel warning. So as you can see, this would get annoying really quick if you're driving this car every day, which I'm not, but this could be a problem for a lot of people. So first we're going to have to remove the back seat in this car. We'll pull that up and remove one of the access plates on the driver's side, and I'll show you how to replace that entire unit. Our first step is to lift up on this back seat. There's a plastic pin. There's a plastic receiving pin right underneath the driver's side here. So we'll lift up. There we go. We'll guide these seat belts out of the way, and then we'll lift up on the passenger side as well. Now our first step here is to remove 3 Phillips head screws, and we'll lift this plate up. And the next step is to remove the electrical connector right here. And I'll just pull up this rubber piece here and slide the whole thing out of the way. Next, we need to open this metal locking tab here, and then we can pull this plastic sending unit out. And here's a look at our new unit that I purchased on eBay for a really good price, and as always, I will link this in the description box below. Now how this works is this plastic ball floats in the tank, and as you fill the tank with fuel, this goes up, and as it does, the electrodes here send a resistance signal through the sensor, through the wiring, up into our connector right here, and then to the gauge cluster in the car. Okay, so to open up the gas tank here, you're going to need a special tool. This is the special tool right here. It's for Porsche, Volkswagen, and Audi, and this opens up the lock ring here on both the sender side and on the fuel pump side. And this should do most cars. As you can see here, it has some specially cut tabs in this ring, and it sits into these notches here, and we'll unlock it the correct way. And I'm going to apply a little PB Blast because I ran out of WD-40 just on these rusty surfaces here to help it ease with the unlocking of the ring. right, here's plan B. Okay, so as it turns out, the tool to remove this is a piece of junk. Definitely don't recommend that. And I was able to just whack it a few times with a big flathead screwdriver after spraying this with some PB Blast. And our lock ring is now removed. I can remove that. Now with the lock ring out of the way, we can pull out this entire unit, and this will, once we move this and lift it out, it will expose the gas tank and there will be vapors and fumes, so do take all of the precautions with respect to fire and hazards. It is a hazardous material, gasoline, so wear gloves ideally. I'm out of rubber gloves because of the COVID situation, so have these instead. And I do have some eye protection on. Here's a look at some of the rust that was on that lock ring. So definitely spray it with some WD-40 or PB Blast before you attempt to remove it. Okay, wow. That would explain the problem. It looks like this entire thing snapped off and broke. Now what's interesting about this car, you can see there's a broken bit of plastic right here, and what's interesting about these is there is some sort of pressure valve for the gas tank, and I believe once that breaks, what happens is the pressure sucks the gas tank in, and they're plastic, and it gets deformed just enough so that as the plastic tank gets sucked in, it puts pressure on the arm of this and will bend it and cause it to snap or break. And it looks like that's what happened here. Well, let's give you guys a look inside the tank here. And as you can see, there is the rest of the sending unit sitting down in the gas tank. So, yep, definitely looks like it broke off and fell down into the tank. Also, while doing a job like this, you may as well replace this rubber gasket. Even though this one looks pretty good, it's probably about 12 years old as this car is. So for 10 bucks, while you're in there, may as well have some peace of mind and replace the gasket as well. Okay, so let's install our new O-ring here. And we'll drop our new part into the tank. Now when you're putting this back into the tank, the bottom of it seems to be spring-loaded, so the bottom of it actually pushes in at the bottom of this unit against the tank. So it will, if you just place it in gently, it sits up like an inch or a half inch, so you have to sort of push it down a little bit, and the spring mechanism sort of collapses right against the bottom of the tank. Also be sure to orient this plastic tab here right in this direction, in the same way that we removed the old one. Now all there's left to this job is to place the locking ring back into place. We will lock it back into place, plug this back in, put our our metal cover back on top here, and reinstall the back seat. Now let's reinstall our locking ring. Alright, here's the ring in place, and I'll just turn it clockwise here. Maybe we can use our tool to tighten it. Alright guys, the design of this tool is really terrible. I wonder if the factory Audi, Porsche, Volkswagen tool is any better than this, but I think I'm going to try to return this because didn't need it and basically just used a flathead screwdriver and a hammer. Now you're going to want to go around this several times and be sure that this is nice and tight. Now you can look at the witness mark here where the old bare metal or the new bare metal is visible next to where it rusted, and that sort of leaves a mark of where it lined up before we opened it and tampered with this lock ring. So that gives you an indicator of how far to keep going and tightening this. Sort of use that as a guide. And I did go around several times, make sure it's nice and tight, because if there's any kind of leak from here, gas can leak when you're turning corners, or gas vapor, so this is a step to take your time with. Okay, last step here, we'll plug our sensor back in, lay this harness down flat, and we'll put our metal plate cover back on. We'll guide our seatbelt buckles back through the holes in the seat bottom, slide it into place, and we're done. If this video was helpful for you guys, please click that like button. If this video was helpful to you guys, please click the like button, subscribe. Let me know in the comments below if this was helpful or if there's anything else that you need help with on your Audi Avant or sedan. See you guys in the next video.